On February 18th, the CT Bauer College of Business at the University of Houston kicked off the Spring Distinguished Leader Series with Buckeye GP President and CEO Clark C. Smith, where he shared his insights on Midstream and the Keystone Pipeline.
A Keystone statement is pretty simple. It needs to be built. It's long overdue. They're going to produce the oil anyway, and the only other way that oil is going to move is probably going to be a lot by rail. And if you've been following that story, it's not a very good one. And we're in that business. We have rail facilities in a number of our terminals, so I'm not throwing rocks at the rails, but they're having a problem with accidents, and some of them have been pretty severe. So I don't think the answer is to have heavy oil out of Canada going by railroads. So my simple answer to Keystone is it needs to be built. We need to get the politics behind us, and I think it's going to happen. I just think the momentum is really going the right direction. What I really want to do is talk a little bit about the midstream and kind of put it in the context of Buckeye, and I want to tell you a story about a company who's pretty unique. And what we found at Buckeye was a very, I don't know how to describe it, but stodgy, slow-moving, uncommercial, silo mentality culture. Based on my experience with command and control, with lack of commercial focus, all the things that I'd seen in the industry, I felt like there was a lot of untapped potential. And I've always been more on the services side. So I've never been, you've got to have good assets. You've got to make good strategic decisions on investing in assets, and we've certainly done that. But to me, it's always been more about the people. When we started this cultural transformation, we took these two PhDs, and we sent them out in the field, and they interviewed just about everybody in the field and came back with a plan. And basically, the plan is, let us put together a committee of the best people we did meet in the field, 10 of them from different parts of the company, and that committee goes behind closed doors 2 days a week, 12 hours a day, and we will reshape this company around what's needed to run a highly productive commercial enterprise where people are empowered and take ownership and really have a passion for the company. They went through every part of the organization. They tore every job off that org chart. They put back on that org chart what they thought they needed. So we came back to our board and said, this is pretty dramatic since we move hazardous liquids all over the country, that we're going to take our workforce down 25%. And this is the most interesting part, and to me, this is what defines Buckeye and makes it so different than other MLP and most other companies, is we went in that room and we basically put every employee, starting with me, through a draft. But it was a draft around an evaluation. And in that evaluation, you got two scores. You got an A score, which is your technical skills, and you got a B score. And your B score is your ability to work with people, your ability to work on a team, your ability to adapt to change. Or you have interpersonal skills. Are you a silo person, or are you a person that likes to get out of your comfort zone? If you did not do well on that B score in that evaluation, you never got to the A score. Never got that. I don't care how good an engineer, accountant, how good a marketer you think you are. If you weren't somebody that was team-oriented and had a good personality and wanted to work with people, we knew that once we implemented this thing, we called it cutover, that day on July 19th, 2009, that we're going to have a bunch of naysayers, people are pushing back, it was not going to be good. And that's what we did. Every person, and that's how we got to the 250 that came off the charts. And that, folks, I'm telling you, was the greatest thing we've ever done. And I look at organizations in my 35 years, very few companies can do this. I go talk at college campuses, I talk to customers, I talk to investors, equity analysts. They go, why didn't everybody do this? It makes so much sense. I said, because you got to have a complete buy-in at the very top of your organization. This is not about downsizing. I mean, that's one of the benefits, is that you streamline the organization. It's about behavior and it's about culture. It's about changing your organization into people that believe in the company and the ability to work together. And I'm telling you, that is what makes the difference at Buckeye. But the most important part of the story is, if I could tell anybody that's got a textbook in front of them in school, is that textbook is your A score, your ability to work with people is extremely important. I tell my kids that. I said, your ability to work with people as a team and step out of your comfort zone is what will determine your success.
Presented by AGL Resources and their Houston-based companies, the DLS serves as an opportunity for exploring topical issues in business with an emphasis on the energy industry.